Paige and Craig. You were just on Watch What Happens Live. You were asked on a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised were you? You said 1. Can you give me a little insight into that answer, maybe if it's something we're going to see on the show, or tease it that way?
No, I think that it will continue to unfold on the show. But also, I just think, like, I rated that a 1 because I feel like that's my best friend. I've had a front row seat for 3 years, and I feel like I really know that girl. And, like, yeah, there were just some things where I was like, this isn't it. So, yeah.
He actually responded on Tamron Hall today. I don't know if you've seen this yet, because the clip just came out, about the texting scene that was in the pickup, the trailer, saying that that's not true and that it was like filmed in retaliation. Any reaction to his reaction to that scene?
No. Literally no.
Do you watch Southern Charm?
No.
Okay. Will it surprise you, probably not, to find out that some of the scenes not aging so well? The frozen sperm that he had, or, Paige telling him again that she feels a little pressure, and being very consistent, in my opinion, saying she does not want to get engaged.
Right. Yeah. So obviously, like, maybe let's ask ourselves why. And I think people are, there's been a lot of misogyny online, especially, definitely geared towards Paige, and it's been so crazy because it's like, you can reiterate your boundaries or reiterate where you stand, and it's somehow, like, still not good enough. And I feel like, like, you're dating people to figure out if you want to be with them, and ultimately she didn't, and that's totally fine. But, like, I'm also not gonna sit here and act like, we're not gonna sit here and act like Craig is just, like, the ultimate peach. And I'm sorry, but she did a lot of work to get him to this point where he's at now, and whether he'll give her credit or not. Like, the Craig that we know now is not the Craig, that we were dealing with 3 years ago. And, like, let's talk about those 2 years and even this past year. Like, there are just a lot of things, and I'm not saying that Craig is all bad, because he's not, but I just think, like, people are quick to jump on Paige, and it's like, whoa, not too much, you know?
My theory is that because Southern Charm is a show that was based on men, and kind of is shot in a way that, like, the men are the main characters, whereas Summer House is much more, like, kind of even-keeled, and the women are the stars, but you all, like, and you hold men accountable. And on Southern Charm, it's more like, oh, they're just a general, like, they don't have to be held. So I think the fans then kind of treat Craig with kids' gloves the way that the way that show's edited.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And I think even just, like, people saying, like, oh, Paige is mean to Craig, Naomi was mean to Craig. Okay, well, let's ask ourselves, if people are mean to him, why are they mean to him? Why, and if that's your perception of mean, what's your definition of mean? Like, she's not kissing the ground that he walks on, she has an opinion about things, she's steadfast in what she wants for herself and her future, and what her future family's gonna look like. Like, I'm sorry, but Craig had 3 years to move to New York, and he didn't. He had 3 years to buy a ring. I don't really feel like he bought a ring, but, like, whatever, none of my business. But if he wanted to move to New York, he could have moved to New York. He makes, a substantial amount of money, I'm sure. Sewing Down South does great. If he wanted to move to New York, he could have gotten an apartment here and, like, was like, I'm doing this because I want to be here and whatever. Like, you can say that, you were waiting on her and all of these things, but you were also, if you wanted to do them, you would have. So, I definitely think the Southern Charm audience and the Summer House audience is completely different. And we're taking the Summer House audience all day long over the, like, super insanely traditional misogynistic, fan base. I feel like that kind of Southern Charm has. It's very old school. And honestly, I'm from the South. I totally get that, like, mentality. But we're in 2025, and I'll be damned if I'm an 80-year-old woman sitting on TV and coming after another woman saying that she's, like, being mean to someone. Me being mean to this man. Like, no. I think we need to ask ourselves different questions.
There you go. Period. You said it.